it's Whitney from lightscameraasia.blogspot.com. If you don't know what that is, you can check out the link right below. It is my blog where I'm reviewing East Asian cinema films, and this is part of why I'm making films right now. I'm going to be trying to, implement these videos into my blog so I can better share my opinions or reviews on films for y'all, because video is always more interesting. Let's begin. So I am going to start my first video of lightscameraasia.blogspot. Kimchi, oh my god! Kimchi here wants to be in the video. She keeps messing everything up. Okay, so I am going to be doing my first video for Lights Camera Asia on, drumroll please, High School Musical China. For those of you who doesn't know it exists, it's no surprise, because when I was trying to find more things on this movie to tell y'all, there was really nothing. It didn't even have a Wikipedia page. Come on, people. So I definitely do not know how big of a success it was at its time of release. I actually only found out that it existed was when I was in Hastings years ago. If you don't know what a Hastings is, it's a store that's kind of like half price. You can buy and sell your movies or books and stuff, so you can get things that are used. And they always have a really good giant section of foreign films. So I was going down the foreign films aisle and I saw High School Musical China, and I lost it. I am a huge fan of the High School Musical series, and I grabbed it off the shelf, flipped it over, and when I saw that it was a completely different story, but it was still Disney, I was ecstatic. So of course I bought it immediately, went home and watched it, and I definitely can say that it is nowhere near as good as High School Musical, the series from the US. Basically, this film came out in 2010. I believe that was right after the series, so it came a little bit after the craze. And it is directed by, and I'm sorry if I pronounced the name completely wrong, I'm very bad at it. The director's name is Shi Zhangqing. If I pronounce it wrong, I am sorry. But this is how you spell it. He is the director. I don't really know how much Disney actually had being involved in the movie making process of this. I know Kenny Ortega, who directed the original, was not involved. The only thing that I could find about this film was that supposedly Disney had said, well, why don't we make our main character, who would be the Troy Bolton, to be a martial arts star instead of a basketball star. And supposedly the people in China who were making it was like, yeah, that would be cool and all, but basketball is still a huge sport here, so let's just keep him as that. First, I want to start out with the plot line of High School Musical China. If you've seen the original High School Musical, it's pretty similar to that, but it is still different at the same time. High School Musical China is about two main people. There's a girl who just transferred into the school. She's extremely smart. She's a brainiac, basically. And then we have the leading man, who is this athletic jock who's super popular, but he has this secret talent to sing, but he can't tell his friends about it. In High School Musical China, it was a little different, because in the original, they were auditioning for just a school play, and in that sense, it was kind of embarrassing if you were auditioning. You didn't want to do that because you'd look like a musical theater loser or whatever. In High School Musical China, though, they're actually auditioning for a huge music competition that's on television. So of course everyone in High School Musical China world is like, oh, we have to audition, this is awesome. So there's not really that weird taboo of, oh, you can't really be your true self. I think in High School Musical China, it's more of a struggle between the children and their parents. And in High School Musical, it was more of a struggle between people and their peers. I definitely think that reasoning is because of the cultural differences. So in High School Musical China, everyone in the school is basically auditioning for the show, so there's not that weird I have to hide it from my friends thing. So basically, the two main characters end up having their, karaoke duet, just like in the original, and they end up deciding that they want to write a duet and perform it for the music competition. As the film goes on, of course, they come into some trouble, and in this film, he sees that this text has been sent to everyone in the school of this like cute little video of him and the main girl. So he gets this video of him and Ning Ning, and it's all like cute, and it's like hearts and love, and I guess he gets embarrassed because everyone in the school sees it. So he basically is like, I'm not gonna audition, I don't want to sing, blah blah blah. So she gets sad, and then there's like, the typical emotional teenage angst songs where they look out the window and somehow there's the reflection of the other person, and it's just so wonderful. That happens, and in the end, we have the big finale at the music show, and of course, our leading characters come together, sing this wonderful song, and they may or may not win. I'm not going to tell you. So, it's a very similar storyline, but still different. Character-wise, as I said, there's the Troy and Gabriella. There's Troy's best friend, who in this one is Kobe. And we have Sharpay, who I think her name is Yang Yang, but sometimes she's called Princess. She's in the film. However, the one difference between the characters is in the original, there was the two brother and sisters. In High School Musical China, it was just her. Now I want to talk about the songs. So High School Musical had, I think, some of the best songs ever. I still sing them today because I'm a loser like that. Before I ever watched the film, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought it was going to be literally the same film, but in China. And the songs were different. There literally was none of the original songs in it, except We're All in This Together at the very end, which I think that had to be included because that was kind of like the High School Musical song. Everyone knows that song goes with High School Musical. But even with We're All in This Together at the end, they changed the lyrics. The lyrics are completely different and the dance is different, so that's kind of weird. But the songs throughout High School Musical China, compared to the original, I did not like them as much because there was all these other songs that were good, but they were just kind of, whatever. But then there was these duets that seemed like the lyrics were stronger, the music, everything was just there, and it seemed very Disney High School Musical-ish. A lot of the songs, lyrics were very weird and confusing and didn't make sense. That might just be like translation problems, whatever, but otherwise, the songs were good. I'm gonna put the links to the YouTube videos of those songs that I found, so you can definitely check them out and kind of get a vibe for what this movie includes. In High School Musical China, the characters, I couldn't make a connection with them. I feel like they were kind of underdeveloped, so I think they probably could have, maybe developed these characters and maybe made them their own, instead of just hoping that people who watched the original would cross over into this and be like, oh, it's Troy and Sharpay and stuff, oh, I get it. So while the characters were underdeveloped, I still believe this is a great film to watch. If you loved High School Musical, the series, you should definitely check out High School Musical China. The fact that they could take something that was so popular in the US and move it over to a country whose culture is very different from our own and create something that's still really exciting and interesting. It's just really fun to be able to see how different places would make almost the same film, and you can definitely tell that there are differences, and I believe a lot of it does have to do with the fact of different cultures. So in the end, I think I would give this 3 stars. It's not as good as the original, but it still has its perks. I'm not gonna bash it because it was good in its own. I think if I had never seen a High School Musical and I watched High School Musical China first, I probably would have really liked it. I think it's just because I have seen the originals so many times that it had a lot to compete with. But in the end, good film, check it out. And yeah, so this is my first video in my Lights Camera Asia series. I hope to be making a lot more, so if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments below about what films you want me to review next. Let me know what you liked about this film, what you didn't. I definitely will check it out. And yeah, head on over to my blog. Please subscribe, share it. I hope you enjoy that as well, because I do update that frequently. So yeah, I guess that is it for this time. Yeah, I hope to be seeing you guys soon with a new video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So talk to you later.